Okay, hello everyone. Welcome. This is the Women Behind the Legends, the hip hop version. And I am here with the other women who will introduce themselves shortly. I am Tana, also known as Tana Tane. I am married to Dana Dane, been married to him now for 4 years, and we've been together since 2003. If you ask him, he'll take a couple of years away from that when I broke up with him. And we are the cast of Women Behind the Legends. Next up, I would like to introduce my fellow woman, Kiki.
I'm Kiki Simpson, Mrs. AKA Chubb Rock, hip hop legend, radio producer, and we have been together for way too long. We have 5 kids combined, and I'm ready to put them on eBay.
All 5?
All
I'll take one of you will pay child support.
No.
All right, next up to Jerry.
Hi, I'm Tajiri. I am the fiance of Kango Kid, a popular by group UTFO, Roxanne in the late 80s. We've been together for 3 years now. We have 7 kids combined. His 3 boys, my 3 girls, and then our girl together. So she's 1 year old, what were we thinking? Yeah. And no, that's called passion. That was retired correction officer, hip hop dancer for Shaheem, or affiliate. And I'm going to pass the mic to Shawnette.
Oh, and thank you. I am the wife of the legendary Big Daddy Kane. We have known each other since 2001. We've been married since 2010, and we have a 4-year-old who just turned 4-year-old, an amazing 4-year-old that is planning to follow in his daddy's footsteps.
Oh, boy.
I just want to say this opportunity to work with the women behind the legends, I'm super excited. I look forward to this and many other successful projects. Yes, for real.
Strong J.
I think we're a good group, and we got a lot of good chemistry. As far as myself personally, I currently work full-time in mental health, which is a real passion for me. And as you probably will come to learn as we get to know each other, the women and, of course, society as they get to know us. Thank you.
Hey, you guys. My name is Corey Eastman, and I am married to DJ Wiz. And we have been married for 4 years now. I have 2 boys. I have 2 sons, which are mine, but we share them, Joshua and Bernard. And I work as a health coach. And I'm excited to be a part of this awesome group of ladies as well. So thank you, Tana and Lynette, for pulling me in.
Excellent. Yes, Lynette, you didn't make it home yet, but you're up.
Yeah, I'm still in the car, and I'm just loving how Kiki just transformed before my eyes. Do it, girl, do it. So, my name is. You guys can see me, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm under the strobe light, but my name is Lynette Blackwell, and I am in relations with the man who knows about things, and that is Mr. Rob Bass. It takes 2 to make a thing go right. I've been with Rob for almost 3 years. We don't share any children, but we share stepchildren. His son, his daughter, my sons. So we have a combined family of 4. We have 2 cats, Chili and Bandit. Aww. And I am a writer and a director, producer. I'm also a dancer, but I am now spending my time writing plays, and I have a hit. Well, I'm calling it a hit stage play, Unequally Yoked, that is coming to a theater near you.
I can't wait.
And yes. Oh, how do I got it? So, I'm so happy about this opportunity. I'm glad that we have gotten to this point. I can't wait to share many more moments with these women. And I'm just happy to be here.
Okay, so what I want to do is, each of us take an opportunity and kind of talk about why we decided to come together, why did we decide to, take on this format, taking this to YouTube, doing it on our own, not going to the networks. I'll let any one of you kick it off.
So we decided to come together because we felt that as women that we stand behind these legendary men, and we're more than just their arm candy. We are women who have we have backgrounds in so many different areas. We have our own careers. We're taking care of our homes. We're taking care of family. Our families. We're taking care of our men. But we are able to juggle, not only all those things, but our own aspirations and dreams, and we have goals, and we have so many things that we are also trying to do. We decided to come together. Tana and I were actually playing around with the idea because I think we was other women to be. We started bringing in some of the other women to be a part of this. Originally, we did want to start out doing it as a reality show, and we had all kinds of things already set up. We were set up to come to Atlanta, where Kiki is, and Miss Jury's on her way to, and we were set up shop there and to film, and we had, this whole thing put together. Unfortunately, society, the temperature in society is that they want ratchetness. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
They do. They want ratchetness. They want messiness. They want women pulling hair and calling each other's names. They want women jumping across the table and, and just doing all kind of things that we are not trying to do. We are mature women. We have children. We have men that have, raised the bar and have successfully had successful careers for the last 20 plus years. And we're not trying to mess that up by getting on TV to be ratchet and to be messy. That is not something we're trying to do. So we decided that we were not going to go that route.
All right. I'm gonna take it to either Tajiri or Kiki because both of you guys have experience working on TV. So tell me about what interested you about this project and taking it to this format versus the format that we originally designed and talked about and was shopping around. So who wants to take that one?
Well, as we know, I tried to start the same type of thing, Legendary Hip Hop Wives, about 8 years ago, and I came across the same roadblock, and we were filming, and we had a sisterhood with each other, and in the midst of that, they tried to play us against each other. And I got fed up, the ladies got fed up, because that's something that we didn't sign up for. So me knowing that background, when I decided to do this with you ladies, I kind of knew that was going to be the outcome, but I was just hoping and praying that society had changed its mind and didn't want to see Black women in that light. But unfortunately, ratchetness sells. And drama sells, and nobody wants to see women, period, not Black women, but women, period, just come together and unite. So with that being said, I think that this is the only route that we can go so that we can show exactly who we are, uncensored. So if they don't like it, and what we have to say is the truth, if they don't like it, then they can switch to another channel and watch.
Delete yourself. Delete yourself.
Delete yourself.
That's right. Delete yourself. Delete yourself. Kill yourself. T-shirts coming soon, right, Tahiri?
That's right. That's right. Well, this way is much nicer than 6 cameras in your eyes. I got to tell you that. They got those big boom cameras hurt, but I don't want to be ratchet. They want ratchet. And I mean, there's going to be times, where conflict arises. Probably not with you girls. Probably when we're out somewhere and someone says something and they have to, be checked. But other than that, I'm a grown woman and I'm raising women. I have 4 daughters. And I don't want anyone to go back to my daughters and say, your mother's a ratchet bitch. Excuse my. Can we curse on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uncensored.
Now you ask.
Right.
So, I love the format that we're taking, but unfortunately, we're in a day and age where women have to be ratchet and men wear skinny jeans. Okay? So hopefully, I have hope that that's changing because Tribe's album is on its way to #1. So that shows that there is a thirst for old culture. So hopefully there is an audience out there that says, yes, thank God there are women who can speak intellectually and get their point across.
Amen. Preach, sister.
Yes.
Yes.
What about you?
My mother did not pay all those years for college for me not to be able to speak intellectually.
Exactly. And what about you, Shawnette?
Well, when Tana and Lynette approached me with this idea, I, of course, was like, no, I don't watch reality TV. I can't get into it. Don't do it. And I will say, like, it's been a breath of fresh air just knowing this group of ladies were all on the same page as far as not going the route. I think what we're doing is great because somebody needs to focus on solutions and positivity. Just
You will turn your TV down.
especially us, especially Black women. I mean, let it start with us. Let it spread. That's what I'm looking for, and working with all of you. And I hope that's what people see. I mean, I hope people see our intent is to bring positivity back.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because it's all about us resolving issues without conflict. Well, I'm not going to say that. There's always going to be some type of conflict when you have to resolve an issue. But it's how you resolve it that's important.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Next time, Tana, bring wine for everybody. It also shows that you're entitled to your opinion. You have to agree to disagree at some point, and people need to know how to do that. They need to see it being done.
Yeah.
Right.
What about you, Corey?
I agree with all you guys. That's why I'm here with you. I think that we women should be, showed who we are, like, this is who I am, in a positive light and not a negative light, because it is too many of us Black women being portrayed ignorant, stupid, pretty much, fighting, just being really stupid. So I'm glad that we're taking this route to go a positive route, to be innovative, to be leaders, to just lead the way for others to follow us instead of us following them. So I'm excited about it.
Good. Yeah, and definitely, and just speaking from my own perspective, we did, of course, want to go the network route, and we talked to a few production companies, and the first thing out their mouth is, well, what's the drama? Where's it going to get ratchet? And that's what the appetite is. And, it's going to be hard to sell something that's squeaky clean. And one of the things that, in talking to Shawnette, in our first conversation, the one thing she said was, you may have to create your own audience. And I was like, I love that. That's what we should do. That's where we should focus our energy and our efforts. And, Lynette and I sat back and kind of talked about, do we try and force the issue? Absolutely. And I think for me, the other thing that was important was, as Lynette started saying, was, all of our men have known each other for many, 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 many years. We are excited to get to know each other through this process. I mean, of course, we've seen each other backstage or at different events. We, for the most part, almost all of us
need to get out
this year. We were able to spend some time with each other in a nice, relaxed, casual atmosphere where it wasn't just always about the show and getting to and from an event. So this was an opportunity for us to come together and get to know each other. And sisterhood, like Kiki said from her original show, that was the whole point of it, is to build that sisterhood. And what we found out through the process is that we all have very interesting lives that we live. We all entrepreneurs in some way, shape, or form. We, of course, are all mothers. And what we want is to have this unity so that we can support each other and also support our men. For those who've been in the industry a lot longer, to help guide those or give advice to those maybe who haven't been in it as long. But more importantly, what I did not want to have happen is if we went to a network and they insisted on us going to the left versus staying where we wanted to be, which was in our lane, then that would end up resulting in damaging the relationships that our men have. And that's the last thing that we wanted to have happen, because they still have to work together and they're going to see each other on the road. And we don't want stuff that's happening amongst us to impact them in a negative way or mess up their money. So
Right.
the fact that they're able to still perform 20 and 30 years in the game is phenomenal. And we don't want to do, we've never wanted to do anything that would impact that revenue stream for them and for us. And also the fact that, you know, I own my own company. Lynette does, to Jerry, we all have our own enterprises. Kiki is a Renaissance woman. She does everything. And we don't want people looking at us sideways. You know, when I'm going into a company or I'm going to work with a client as a coach and they're like, hey, I've seen you on TV. You turned up. Well, that's
Exactly.
camera. How do you explain that? And how do you explain yourself out of that situation and say, oh, that's just what they wanted to see on TV?
Say hi, real quick.
Hi.
In the bed.
So handsome.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
He's adorable.
Thank you so very much.
I want to go to Jerry, because you're on the road. I want you to tell us a little bit about where you are, what you got going on, and what's going on in your life for the next few days.
Okay, I am currently, we in South Carolina here? Okay, we just hit South Carolina on our way to Atlanta.
Mhm.
We've been in South Carolina for about an hour, my sister said. Thank God I got her. We must be driving really fast because we left at like 11:30 this morning. We're on my way to Atlanta. My daughter's in the Miss Georgia pageant.
Woo! Yay!
Proud mommy moment. Proud mommy moment. She went down to Clark last year. She's a sophomore in Clark, Atlanta, and took Atlanta by storm with my nieces. She won 2 pageants out there, Miss Fulton County, Miss Capital City, which got her into the Miss Georgia pageant. If she wins, she goes to the Miss USA pageant. I'm super proud of her, but you know, anything that goes wrong is absolutely mommy's fault. And so I got a car full of stuff that she may need.
Mm-hmm.
My guilty pleasure for the weekend is I only get to be with her for 2 hours tomorrow, and I can't see her till after the pageant. Darn. But I'm gonna be supportive every step of the way. I'm really super proud of her. She's down here being a grown ass woman, and that's amazing.
So do you have her sequestered? Is that why you can't spend more time with her?
Yes, everything is they have to do by themselves,
Okay.
which is, you know, no makeup artist, no hairstylist, nothing. So we came up with 3 hairstyles for the different events that can transform easily. And luckily, she's a makeup artist, so she can do her own. I told her charge the girls an arm and a leg that need makeup done while they're in the hotel. I said, listen, supply and demand, honey. Better whip out your brushes and get a few dollars. But and then, like my sister said, that's her competition.
Oh yeah.
I didn't say she had to do a good job. I'm just
Funny.
The black lip liner.
so, you know, I'm just super proud of her. So yeah, we're on our way down there, and first thing in the morning, I'm up at orientation, dropping her off at 8 o'clock.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. We're proud of her.
Thank you.
That's a big achievement. Going to school and being in a pageant, that's excellent.
I'm super proud. Proud mommy moment. Proud mommy moment.
As you should be.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right. So the last part of the topic, the last topic that we wanted to cover was the impact of reality shows on society. So I know we brushed on that a bit when we talked about why we decided to go this format versus trying to take this to TV. You know, I want to definitely have Shawnette talk a little bit about that, because I know she's not really someone who watches a lot of reality TV, but the fact that, you know, as I said, she was the last one to come in. We had to really convince her about what it was that we wanted to do here, that we wanted to keep it positive. We wanted to keep it motivating. We wanted to be able to, you know, be different than everything else that's out there. So Shawnette, if you don't mind just sharing with us, what is your thoughts on the impact of reality shows on society these days?
Well, honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to be better than anybody else.
Of course.
You know, reality TV has its place. And I can't say that I've never watched a reality show. It's very easy to get sucked in to the drama, the negativity. you know, I was there. I used to watch Basketball Wives every weekend. You know, that was the one show that I would just watch. But then I found myself like, for real, this is how you see us, you know. And then knowing that it's not reality, it is scripted, you know, to a certain extent. And then it's like, okay, you have the conflict, you deal with all the ratchetness, but you never show a positive side of it. I mean, I'm from old school. I like the TV show where at the end of the TV show, everybody's okay. You know, I mean,
like the Brady Bunch.
I mean, to me, that doesn't have to be a fantasy world.
Yeah.
That could be real. You know, and I think people just are so focused on life is so hard. You know, everything is negative. They're always trying to pull us down, and it's only like that because you choose to be like that.
That's right.
If you start setting an example and be that person who constantly puts out positive, the people around you are, and it'll just keep spreading. I mean, a lot of people will hear that and think that, oh, you live in a fantasy world, you're in a dream world. So be it. I mean, I'd rather be there and try to create that than to try to bring us down even further. Because, I mean, when I look at society, Black people are the only ones that really experience racism the worst.
Yeah.
Experience racism the worst.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that we continue to be negative towards each other. So I really would like this to be a movement towards showing more positivity towards each other and see how that changes people's perspective.
Yes.
Cheers.
Amen.
To that.
Well said.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. What about you, Corey?
I just agree with Shanette. We need to bridge the gap between the negative and the positive, and be the positive, be the light, because it's too much of the drama, as she said. You know, a negativity that's on TV that makes us look bad. It makes us look like we're just so ignorant. And I mean, I truly hate it. I hate how we are perceived, as she said, on TV, you know, in society. And right now it's so much going on that we're just going down versus going up. And someone needs to make that step into transitioning. And I think we could do that. I really do. I think we as a unit, as a sisterhood together, can show positive and moving forward, because it's too much negativity right now.
Yeah.
And I'm a Black woman who wants to be, you know, I feel as though like who we are, where we've come from, you know, we all have these different stories, and I believe that we're all overcomers. We've grown into the women that we are today. And so we could share who we are to help others become who not like she said, not that we're better, but we know better now, so we're doing better.
Exactly.
So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
One of the problems I'm having is that, and I wrote this on Facebook the other day, I said, why are we still considered the minority?
Mm-hmm.
We do so many things as a majority. And I think it's because of our culture and how we're looked upon. We're not given the respect that other, and you can have people in the trailer parks and people that are just as ratchet, but they identify us differently. So if we do something, we're called thugs. If we're in a fight, we're called thugs. And if another race has a fight, it's just, oh, they had an altercation. You know, we're always put in the negative when they talk about us. And I think that's because we allow them to put us in that category all the time. You know, and these shows definitely portray us in that way. And I see these women, like, I watch reality TV. I haven't watched Basketball Wives or Love and Hip Hop or none of those, but I do watch the cutting in the ATL about the beauticians, and I'm like, why does every show have to have so much conflict? Why are you all beauticians and you all supposed to be having a sisterhood and trying to uplift each other, but you're always cutting each other by the knees and trying to take each other down? But I also know that we as a people we have that crabs in the barrel syndrome, where we pull each other down. Everybody wants to make it, but nobody wants to pull each other up so we all can make it. If you look at all these different ethnicities, a lot of the Hispanic groups, and we as the Hispanic groups, the Asian groups, the Jews, think about it like this, as the fact that we are women behind the legends. And think about our significant others and the shows that they do. When I see shows that Rob does, and I see, like, when I see a show when they put all of them together, like Kane, I've seen a show, it was Kane and what's his name, Dougie, and it was a huge show. It was EPMD. It was a big show here in Long Island. It was only half full. Why is that? Now, of course, it was catered towards our people, but we didn't support. We didn't come out to support. The next week, there was a freestyle show he was on, or the next month. Packed. Sold out. And he was the only hip-hop artist on that show. Why are we not supporting each other and helping each other to grow? Helping each other, going to each other's businesses? Why are we always looking for freebies? Why can't we support one another and pay for? Why I paid for Tana's book? I could have asked for a free copy, but I didn't.
Right.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna speak on something that's gonna touch nerves, and I'm just gonna say how I feel. Integration hurt us more than we know. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have integrated, but when we were segregated, we were forced to support our own. Our communities thrived because that's what we had. We bought black. We used our own auto mechanics. We ate at our own diners. And the minute we were told that we could integrate, the ones who could afford it ran away and never looked back, because we never felt that we were good enough to begin with. If we feel that we're good enough, we will use our own, go back to our own. My grandfather was from the South. My grandfather came up to New York. He was a product of the Willie Lynch syndrome, and he would say, I'm calling 1-800 white man because I want it done right. Where when you call 1-800 white man, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a brother at your door who was trained to do that better. But he's getting half of what he would have had if we had purchased it directly from him. So we're a product of our own self-hate, and that has to stop. It's a divide and conquer thing, and we have to stop that. I love all my sisters and brothers, and I would love to see each other, others of our own nationality, come from behind and say, no, I'm going to help my brother out. Not saying that we shouldn't help all races out, because I have family and friends that are diverse. You can look at me and tell that I'm not 100% straight off the boat. It's apparent, but we need to learn to big each other up again.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that. Absolutely. And even thinking about the legends, you touched on it a bit there, Lynette, but the fact that a lot of these younger artists aren't really showing them the respect that they deserve, and I think they forget that it's their shoulders that they're standing on that got them to where they are. Yeah, they have more money now. They got better deals than what was given back in the day, but it's only because of the lessons that these men have learned through the years that have made them better negotiators when they go sit down at the table. And some of their deals aren't the best either. They don't really understand that. In 20 years, they won't be around because no one's going to want to be looking for them. Whereas at least these men can still perform, and there's still a demand for it. And as you said, with the Tribe Called Quest album coming out and doing as well as it is, I take that as a sign that there's a shift happening. And I think it's a conscious shift. And I think we're on the cusp of something as well with this show, to try and shift that mentality and shift the demand for how we want to be represented and how we want to be viewed in the public eye. When I look at reality shows, and I look at tons of them, some for research and some just for what I call mindless entertainment. And when I look at a lot of them and I compare the black shows to the white shows, you don't have the drama and the messiness and the ratchetness that you see on the black shows that you see on the white show. I mean, on the white shows that you see on the black show. So when I look at the show, the Christie show, one time there was a marathon. I said, let me just see this show. I hear about him. I don't really know who he is. I don't know how he came to be, on TV, but let me see what he's about. I watched it. First of all, I couldn't figure out if he was gay or straight. I'm like,
right?
Girl,
You don't know.
girl. You know, you just won't say it. You know.
Who is it?
His wife better know.
Who's the person again? Because
He's more of a lady than we'll ever be.
He's
Yeah, he is.
Christy something. And he has a reality show. I want to say it's on
he's
Week.
black.
No.
Mm-mm.
It's
Oh, okay.
and he's married and he has kids. And, you know, I look at his show and I'm like, there's minimal drama. Most of it is between him and his family, which gets resolved, as you said, with a happy ending kind of thing. Well, that's how theirs usually ends, where it ends on a positive note. There's nothing that bleeds over into the next show or the next season. And then you have, you know, you'll have other shows like that. And when we were talking to people, we compared ourselves to, say, the For Pete's Sake show or the Flex and Shanice show. Now, I understand Flex and Shanice got canceled. I don't see when the For Pete's Sake, if that's going to come back on. It may or may not. I haven't heard yet. Those were shows that were really going in that way, where they were transitioning, they were staying away from the messiness, everything that was an internal strife, they were able to settle it in a respectful and mature way, and they didn't look messy. And I don't think that the same demand comes on the white reality shows that it comes on ours. I mean, even Millionaire Listing, all white, it's all about real estate. And you don't see them out there fighting and going crazy with each other. You know, they're out there selling property, and yeah, they might have a little bit of issues amongst themselves, but it's usually settled and it moves on. But it's not geared towards that. It's geared more towards, okay, now I see people wanting to work with these guys as realtors. You know, it's just, when I think about the impact of reality shows, I understand where it came from. And I remember years ago, they said this is how TV is going to be. And I can see it really is transitioning to that, where it's getting away from the more scripted sitcoms and comedies, where it is really starting to get into reality. And I was speaking to someone recently, and they would tell me about the pipeline of reality shows that's out there, where people are trying to get shows pitched and picked up. And they're like, there's hundreds of them out there, hundreds out there right now. They're trying to, you know, get a space, get their spotlight and get their chance out there. And I just wonder which ones are going to be, what's the next phase going to be? Because this phase eventually has to end. It just does.
Well, the impact, it's a sad situation, because it gives young girls the hope that they don't really have to strive to do anything. They could just be ratchet and become famous. You know, all you got to do is become a stripper, meet somebody that might know somebody to put you on, and just act a fool. I mean, I'm not saying don't do it if that's your way out. God bless you. But it gives the youth false hope.
Yeah.
They don't, you know, nobody's striving for any type of, I don't want to say achievement, any type of, not education, but there's a whole demographic of the youth out there right now that's just like, look, I could just be an idiot and I'm going to make it. All I got to do is find the right dude, be in the right place. If the camera's rolling, make a fool out of myself, and I got this.
So that's it for the first episode of The Women Behind the Legends. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with us this evening. Our premiere episode. Catch us every week, every Thursday on YouTube. Continue to follow us on Instagram at _women_behind_legends.
That's too many underscores.
That's a lot of underscoring.
It's like 10.
On YouTube, follow each of us individually. Follow our legends. They all have social media across the board: Instagram, Twitter, as well as Facebook. And
Follow Shanette, so she can get some Instagram followers.
She's brand new to Instagram. So if you go on the Women Behind the Legends Instagram page, you can find all of us there, as well as our legends. We're all following each other, so feel free to do the same. And I'll let the ladies bow out. This is Tana. See you next week.
I just want to say to Chubb Rock's followers, stop sending my husband your big ass panties. I'm dead. I'm gonna come after you. I got his DM. You understand? I'm all up in there. Stop sending the panties, especially the grandmas. Stop sending the grandma big ass drawers, okay? Please.
No way.
I was hearing music in my ears for some reason. Love, peace, and soul, as our brother Don Cornelius would say.
Oh my God.
Well, after that, wow. All right, guys. We'll check you next week. I'm Corey.
Oh, God.
Later.
I mean, whatever.
For real. For real.
Oh, but on a serious note, for our followers, once you watch the show, if there's something that's bothering you or something that you want to know, that you feel like you can't access, we're going to answer the questions open and honest as we possibly can.
Yo, right now, wait. 1, 2, 3, do the mannequin challenge.
All right, Shawnette, you can stop.
No, you can stop now.
Shawnette.
How y'all know I wasn't frozen? How y'all know my internet?
Oh, God. I got tears. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Who's supposed to go?
Everybody went but me, but on that note,
Yeah.
I'm just going to say we are the difference between hood and ghetto. Ghetto is a location, hood is a state of mind.
Oh, peace.
Blessed days.